So we've been working with a different leather for at least for us cowboy guys, and it's called Shell Cordovan. Now, those of you who know about Shell Cordovan, it's always been a Horween thing. Horween tannery since the early 1900s in Chicago. There's like a 2-year waiting list to get on there. Well, whenever I went to Italy, went to the Milan show, we ended up meeting a tannery out of Italy called Mariam. And we bought some Shell Cordovans, and we've kind of been playing with it over the years, trying to figure out exactly how this stuff works. And so you say, what is this stuff? And it goes, this is a Cordovan. So this is a horsehide. It's off the rear end of the animal, and it's actually the layer in between the muscle and the skin. And so it's almost like a ligament or cartilage. And it takes a tremendous amount of time to tannage. The shapes are very unconventional, and the stretch is really challenging to figure out. There's a gentleman that my father-in-law, trainer, used to have a shoe manufacturing plant over in Mexico where he was doing shoe uppers for some of the higher end dress shoe companies. Alan Edmonds was one of them, and they used to work with a lot of Shell Cordovan. The gentleman, Andy Pena, who's a longtime boot making family for us, used to run that factory, and he worked with Cordovan, knew how to cut it. And so Andy's been teaching us how to cut the Shell Cordovan so you get the maximum amount of stretch. Now in shoes, it doesn't really matter because you've got the different pieces of the shoes, but in boots, a little more challenging because we've got the full vamp. So really this leather is known to be extremely durable, extremely tight grained, wears forever. The more you wear it, the richer the patina. Just isn't really ever made it to the scene in the cowboy boot world. We're trying to change that. And so let's go take a look at some boots that are in production right now. So we're over here in the Rios factory, and our friends in Stephenville, Texas, Saddle Rags have decided to go down the avenue of playing with the Shell Cordovan skins. These are black Shell Cordovan right here. Beautiful boot. You can see that nice shine and luster and patina on there. The ones we were looking at over there were the more of the black cherry color. We put a black calf skin top on this thing, the John Pat stitch pattern, which is kind of a new throw on Mr. John Pat Moody, who was a president and owner of the company for many years. White side seam and trim, the white shallow scallop on these things, but look at that beautiful leather, white bug and wrinkle. We've got the KS toe, pretty challenging toe to pull this off. We actually walk these things through the factory, but see all that, you got to get all of that stretch out of that boot across that instep to make sure it's really hugging, held down on there. It's gonna be a great boot. It's gonna be fun to see how these things perform. So should be hitting the store here in the next couple of weeks, so keep an eye out for them, and let's get yourselves one of the very rare Shell Cordovan Rios and Mercedes saddle rag combination exclusive styles.